Lovely. Okay.
Hello, 'cause I don't know these people.
Yeah, this is Michele G. I'll let her introduce herself.
Oh, I can't see it. Where's it? Oh, there I am. Hi, everybody. I'm Michele. We're having a wonderful time here. I'll tell you all about it.
Okay. So, for you guys that don't know me, my name's Rebecca Moore and I'm an area manager with Auburn International. And Michele is one of my lovely directs. We really wanted to get across in the next half an hour the importance of being at GTC and what we've gained from it. Just let you know a couple of top tips that we've had so far. I mean, I have to say, I've been to 3 GTCs and this was by far the best. It was absolutely incredible. I mean, the emotion and the joy that you feel, and we'll talk about that in a minute, is amazing. And the thing that I found really most exciting about GTC the first time I came, because it really gave me an understanding of how big this business can actually be. You know, in the UK we're still relatively so small, and you come over to Vegas and there's an auditorium of 20,000 people that are all doing this business and have been doing it for many, many years. For me, the biggest thing I would say about GTC, which you cannot get at the UK AAC, is the fact you have an amazing opportunity to rub shoulders with all of the executive national vice presidents. Now, I know in our country we've only got 16 at the moment, but actually globally there's hundreds of EMVPs. And they're at this conference just walking around in the same lectures that we're going to. They're happy for you just to stop them and have photos and ask questions and ask them about their business, which is just an amazing opportunity. We've got pioneers in the industry that are here, that have been here from the beginning, that are happy to sit and have a drink with you and give you personal stories about their business and what works for them, which is priceless, absolutely priceless. Every single one that I've approached has just been the most lovely, you know, has taken time out to have a conversation with me. And I just think that that is incredible, absolutely incredible. As well as having like quite a few champagnes and a few late nights at the bar with them as well, which is equally just as fun. So I did ask all of the MVPs when I was walking around and talking to them, I asked them what was the top tip and the reason for success in their business, and resoundingly they all said basically exactly the same thing. They said to me two words, every single one of them, they all said the same thing. They said that you need to be in activity and you need to have belief, and all of them followed that up with the fact that it has to be this consistent activity over a long period of time, continuing to do the same results and believing in yourself and the business is fundamentally all that you need to succeed in this business. You've just got to ensure you carry on with it and don't quit. So over the conference, over the 3 days, what I really loved was the fact that we got loads of practical skills, which we're going to share with all of you, and we'll be doing that on the training sessions over the next few weeks. But practical skills on how to do a workshop, the best way to duplicate the business, the best way to follow up. So really practical things that you can all do in your businesses. What we're going to do is give you a few of our top tips. So things that really resonated with us, that we learned from GTC, that we feel that going back into business, going back into the UK, we're going to be able to implement them straight away and actually get this exponential growth in our business that we're all craving for. So I cannot big it up enough, but it's incredible. I'm a little bit jaded today because we were at the White Party last night, and that was a beautiful beach. So I've got two people singing next to me. It's just put me up a little bit. I'm doing a video. It was a beautiful pool party, beautiful drinks and food that was put on for all new area managers and regional vice presidents. So we had a really, really fantastic time there. So you get really recognised when you're coming along to these events, which is really important. But you get to talk to, like, you know, Kay, our CEO, and you get to talk to Petter, and you get to talk to Dr. Travis. So fundamentally, I urge you to make sure that you get to this event next year. I think it will transform every single one of your businesses. And actually, factually, Kay was talking about all the participants that came to GTC last year, and the growth in their business was 30% on average from just attending the event, which is just incredible. So, top tips, obviously, we talked about with the MVPs were getting this consistent approach in your business and also having the belief. And they really, really focused on this heavily. So how do we get a consistent activity? Oh, sorry guys, signal just dropped there. Daniela is absolutely fantastic at this. You know, she's really, really good at giving the resources that we need to make sure that we've got a duplicatable system. Very much what they were talking about was using daily checklists, which we're all doing. Well, I say that, you know, we all are supposed to be doing these daily checklists, but are we doing the daily checklists? Is everybody on the call consistently ticking every single box that they've got on those daily checklists? I'm not. If I'm honest about it, you know, I'll do bits throughout it, but really the whole thing is about creating this discipline where you say, right, this is what I'm going to do today, and you do it. And doing that on a day-to-day basis is where you're going to then see the results in the business. So that checklist was incredibly important. And also they said you need to basically follow a system. Now we know this, and systems vary very much between different teams. And that's completely fine. It isn't really irrelevant whether you're doing the 3-2-1, the 1-2-3, the 2-2-2, you know, whatever it is, which is enabling you to meet all of your prospects and get product out and share the business. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as what you're doing is consistent and you're continuing to do the same thing week in, week out, that's where you're going to see those results within your business. Okay, so that's the basics of them, you know, getting out and doing it. My biggest question I had to them was, you know, when people join the business, they're not necessarily ready to get out there and do it. And they said, but they're never going to be ready until the point that they just get out there and do it. So very much the second piece of advice that they said was just fail forward with this business. You know, just talk about the things that you love with your customers and your prospects, why you love the products, why you're doing the business, and the rest of the stuff will come later. The whole point of this was getting you out of your comfort zone, because nothing happens in your comfort zone. It's really comfortable. It's a nice, comfortable place to be. You need to step out of that and face this fear barrier. And each time that you do this presentation to somebody, it will get easier and easier, and you'll become more and more successful. So they said, just do it. Don't worry about the outcome. Take yourself out of the equation. You know, it's not about you. This business is not about you. It is not about how many people that you can get to join your business. It's not. It's about how many people you can share and give this amazing gift to. Once you take yourself out of the equation, you'll find it way, way easier to go out and prospect and talk to people. Okay, so make sure that it's not about you, and then again, you'll be really successful. The biggest one, obviously, what I came up with was the belief that you can actually do this. Now, I'm going to be completely honest. For the first year or so of my business, I had although I said I thought that I had the belief, I didn't believe that I could do it. I saw it as being for somebody else and not for myself. And if at the moment you don't feel that you can necessarily do it, that you don't visualise yourself as being an executive national vice president, then you've got to work on that belief system. You know, you've got to really understand what that is about you, what you're worried about, and start to address that. And you can do that, and that's why we do personal development. That's why we're reading every single day. We're reading so that we can basically create a much more positive mindset, a more resilient mindset. It's very much about having a resilient mindset. And by reading personal development every single day, what that does is builds a wall around our mindset and protects us when we need to have that resilience. Okay, it's not. I know it's hard work sometimes, isn't it? When you want to do your personal development every day, but doing that is creating the discipline for you then to become an executive national vice president. So the personal development, I reckon every single speaker today talked about that.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, easily. Okay, so, but if you don't have that belief, it's, to start, and we're all new, and you think, oh, I'm not really sure I can do it, borrow somebody else's belief. So we've got massive success in the business. You just look at any RVP, and there was hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of RVPs and MVPs here. Just look at any of their success stories, read their success stories, have a look on IONR bonds, and really understand how they've built their business and see the success. Because even if you don't yet have the success for yourself, this is definitely something that is going to come. It's going to come, but share other people's success in the meantime when you're starting off. Okay, so that was basically what they were saying in terms of their nuggets of advice. And then we're just going to give you quite a few practical little tips while we've got some time. But Michelle's just going to talk about her business.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. So this is my first GTC. Really excited. I had no idea what to expect. And the theme of the sessions, the 3 days, was pure joy. And I had no idea really what that meant until I was here. Didn't understand how that fits really into a business kind of context. But by goodness did it. It's amazing. And the joy that people felt was palpable and tangible. But that's easy to say, but what does that actually mean? And for me, where it really became obvious was when MVPs or RVPs went up on the stage, or anybody went up for an award, the pride and the applause was amazing, wasn't it? I mean, you would I've worked in corporate world all my life. I've been to lots of conferences, but people were going wild. And it wasn't because, it was all about pride and the actual joy of being part of that, and knowing that their leader or the person they knew or the person they were working with every day had achieved something wonderful in the company. And that really touched me really deeply. And the key thing it makes you want to do, it makes you want to be up there. It really, really does. Because you want your team to be doing that for you. And you want to have a team that's going to do that for you. So it gave me a great inspiration.
Oh, it was really emotional. It's incredibly emotional. I think it's emotional because you then realise that you can do it. This conference makes you realise that you can do it. Yeah. And with that comes a lot of emotional release.
There was a lot. There were a lot of tears. There was a lot of laughter. I think one of the things that has really helped me in terms of that joy as well was following on from what Rebecca was just saying about the belief. It's also, I kind of wrote down as well, it's also a relief. It's a relief to know that every single person who's up on that stage or who's earning, billions of dollars and all this sort of thing, they're actually just exactly the same as me and you. They're no different. And the relief of understanding that actually all I need to do is to do what they did. There is no magic that I have to find out. I just have to do it, is a great relief. I mean, it's a big responsibility. It means I can't make any excuses. But for me, that's given me that's really helped my belief system. And it's given me a lot of more resilience to know that. And we heard lots of stories about people who, they had terrible situations where, there was one wonderful thing where one of the EMVPs stood up, showed a picture of when she first came to GTC. She had a whole team with her of 12, 14 people, maybe even more. Only one of them is still in the business. And you might think, oh, that's a bit of a disaster. But actually what it told me was this woman had achieved all that despite some of those setbacks that she'd had. And we're all going to have setbacks. And they did some wonderful things on, as we said, about the resilience and that. So to me, the joy and the resilience kind of go together, because when you feel that joy and you feel that that you want to be part of it, that gets rid of a lot of the fear and the worry and the anxiety. and it just gets you through that. So for me, being at GTC, yeah, I learned lots and lots of practical stuff, and we'll obviously cover that. But for me, it was actually being part of this wonderful community and realizing that everybody there is exactly like me. We all want the same things. Everybody's about giving and service to others. And I cannot tell you how much love there was in that room. It was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Just a quick one on that. So we were talking about Cecilia Stoll, who actually, she is like the #1 income earner in Arbonne, has been for the last 10 years. And she told her incredible story. She was, I'm sure, we won't go through it now, but she's been in the company for a long time. And obviously has been top income earner. She has 9 national vice presidents that are direct to her in the business. And she is just absolutely incredible. And she said, you know, you've got to always think about your business as moving forward. This was her top tip. She said, it's all very well and good. You could have 4 people or 5 people in your team that are currently area managers or, you know, going into promotion for regional vice president. But that is a snapshot of your business now. That isn't a snapshot of your business in the future. And anything can change to those people you've already sponsored into the business. So the key is to be constantly sponsoring new blood into the business. And every single one of the MVPs was saying, you know, realistically, for that to happen, we need to be having 30 to 40 exposures to new prospects and customers on a monthly basis. So breaking it down to just 1 a day isn't actually too difficult to do. But she said, you know, her main objective is to ensure she personally hits her district manager bonus. The first thing, that's her first objective of the month. So that's her personally sponsoring 5 customers or clients with a or consultants with a 150 order, and making sure she got £5,000 in 5,000 QV in her central district before she does anything else, because it's really important to be concentrating on the central part of your business. That's the lifeblood of the business. And you want to have fresh blood. We use that terminology quite a lot. Fresh blood all the time. Don't rely on the team you've got at the moment and set expectations for them. It's not about them. If you want to go to region, you make that decision. You have to, they either are going to come with you or they're not going to come with you. So you need to understand where they're at. And if they're happy where they're at the moment, you need more people. You know, you need to go out and sponsor more people. So that's what she was saying, really. The lifeblood of our business is just constantly bringing new people on. And the reality of it, to become an executive national vice president, we have to sponsor hundreds and hundreds of people into our business. So she was like, just get out there and do it. All you're doing is sharing these products with people and then sharing the opportunity with them as well, the business opportunity. Don't be afraid to ask. What is the worst thing that they're going to say to you? And, you know, nobody ever died. Yeah. No independent consultant ever died from asking somebody.
From hearing no. That's what I said.
That they wanted to join the business. Yeah. So, you know, go out there and just keep sponsoring.
Yeah, absolutely. So, do you wanted to talk about the demo?
Yeah. So, there's loads and loads. We're not going to talk about product today. I'm sure you guys have already seen all the products. They're absolutely amazing. We've got to try all the in the boutique. You get to try out all of the body products, the makeup, and everything. They are incredible. The new Rescue Renew range is so stunning. It really smells beautiful. And the RE9 is incredible. It is actually very different. But talking to the MVPs that tried the products, they absolutely love it. They think it's going to be a game changer for us in the business. But we're not talking about them today.
And don't forget Germany. Germany. Who's excited about that? I mean, how amazing is that? Right on our doorstep. I mean, the Americans are still trying to work out where it is. So, you know, we've got a real head start on this one. And I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, it's amazing. So Again, we're going to go all of this information. We've got Daniela has actually recorded all the sessions. If you go onto YouTube, each and every individual session is on there. But there's just a few little key points that we wanted to touch on before we.
We'll just do the CRM.
Yeah. We've just got a few that we want that really resonated with us. And for me, the one thing that I really, really loved was a question to ask prospects, because I don't know about you guys, but I've often signed up consultants. I've probably 20 or 30 consultants that I've personally signed up that said that they want to do the business, and then they've literally done nothing with the business, but they've told me that they want to do the business. I've signed them up, they've done their 150, they've bought some products, I've told them how to do the business, we've set them up to duplicate it, but nothing happens. And one of the MVPs, I can't remember who it was now.
There were a lot. We've had a lot.
But she gave one line, which I think is an amazing, amazing question to ask when you are prospecting people. And she said, just ask your prospect whether they're prepared to be 100% coachable. Now, I've heard that before. We do say, oh, are you coachable? Yeah, I'm coachable. Most people are going to say, yes, they are coachable. But actually, before they even have the opportunity to think about it or respond to you, what you want to actually say is, well, before you answer me, I actually want to just tell you what I think that means. And then, sorry, I just had a fly break. I want to tell you what that means. And then you can tell them what that means. That means preparing to, come on trainings. That means preparing to do weekly product launches. That means preparing to come to Leadership Academy, come to GTC. Make sure that they're prepared to contact 30 people a month. That's what it means to be coachable. Are they prepared to make the sacrifices in their life to do this business? And if they're not, that's absolutely fine. But at least you know then, before you've gone any further in terms of setting them up, that they're not the right person for you. And I just thought that is going to save me hours and hours and hours.
And she did make the point about that, they might not be ready to be a business builder yet. If they say, well, actually, that sounds too much for me. That doesn't mean to say that they can't be part of the community. They might just be a preferred client. They might just say, look, they're a consultant, but that they're not a business builder. So you're not going to spend the time trying to drag them somewhere that they don't want to be.
Yeah.
You're gonna basically help them feel comfortable where they are, with the door always open for when you're ready. When you're ready to come, I'm not going to drag you, but when you're ready to come, the door is open. Just let me know. And I thought that's wonderful. Yeah, really good.
Fantastic. We just got to try and save ourselves some time. I think we waste a lot of time in this business, but actually we don't really need to. And these are just tools to be able to streamline the process that we have with prospecting. So there was a couple of really exciting new things that are going to be launching, and we'll be doing some further deeper training on them when they're actually launched. But do you want to talk about that?
Yeah.
Because it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this. So to me, this is one of the best kind of new things. I mean, the new products are great, but for me, this is actually the real thing that's going to make an enormous difference in our businesses. This is a new CRM system that's coming along in the spring, so we're going to be starting to see it rolling out soon. The CRM, customer relationship management. Now, I don't know about any of you, but one of the things I struggle with is keeping on top of where my customers are, what emails I've sent them, what samples I've given them, all this sort of thing. And there was a wonderful lady, I haven't managed to find her name again. We've got a list of all these people and trying to work out who's who. But she talks about, she's an MVP, and she is running her business from Tanzania, right? She is American. She founded a school for children in Tanzania, obviously very deprived kids in a certain part of Africa, which is very deprived. And she spends much of the year in Tanzania. And she does her whole business through the internet, basically. And so one of the key things she talked about is how she depends on technology so much. So she was incredibly excited about this. So what this CRM system is going to allow us to do is do things like, basically put the information about a customer in at the start, and then you can create a process, and the company are going to give us loads of templates for emails, and different things like that. But you can set up your process that says, when a new customer comes on, this is what happens on day 1. And then on day 6, I'm going to send them this. And then depending on whether they've responded to that, I'm going to send them this. And as Rebecca said, depending on what kind of stream you want to be following, so if you've got somebody who really wants to be strong start, I'm off, I really want to be area manager within 3 months, okay, well, this is the process that we're going to follow for that. And everything that you can set up in the system is going to basically do it for you. So all the emails will go out, all the reminders will go out, it will set up calls for you, all this sort of thing, so that you can basically leverage your time and spend the time that you would normally spend sitting at your computer for hours and hours and hours trying to send out a whole load of emails to people and remember whether last email I sent was this, and I promised to follow up within 3 days, and oh my goodness, I've missed it. Anybody else ever done that? Mm-hmm. I certainly have. This is going to really help us to manage those. So there's going to be no excuse for us not being on top of our customer management the whole time. So I think it's absolutely amazing. And one other thing that I think is worth saying along with that is that they talked a lot about, we're really kind of rebranding the whole business entity as social marketing rather than multi-level marketing. Because basically there was so much about social media as well, and obviously we'll talk a lot about that. But everything now is about relationships that are sociable, whether they are one-to-one or whether they are people you've never met in your life. It's about this social networking. And that's basically how we are going to be talking to our people, is through that kind of really global social network now. It doesn't matter where anybody is, we can talk to them. We can manage them through this system. So look out for that. And as soon as it comes along, please do get on there and use it as quickly as we can so that we can really start to test it out.
Yeah. Amazing. And then my other favourite bit from the presentation, which was done from Sarah Law, obviously recently, our newest UK nation. She was absolutely incredible, wasn't she? Yeah. She really was an amazing speaker. And 2 little things that she talked about, which was incredible. A lot of people in the business, when they join, they're scared of selling. They're like, oh, I don't want to sell. And a lot of consultants, just say, oh, well, we don't sell, we just share the products, And of course we do share the products, that is how we get the products out there and we get people interested in them. But don't be fooled, we do sell, that is part of what we do. We develop a client base and we sell product to them. We really shouldn't be ashamed of doing that. Selling is one of the most honourable trades that there is to do. So don't think that it's a bad thing to actually sell to people.
She made the point that basically what you're doing is you're fulfilling somebody's need.
Yeah.
As long as you understand what their need is and you're fulfilling that need, then you're providing a service.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you are trying to push somebody to buy something they don't need, that's, what we don't want to be doing.
Yeah. Yeah. And then what she said, see you later. Sorry, guys, we just got
saying goodbye to a couple of people. Bye.
Okay. So 2 of the things that that really resonated with me was that she talked about follow-up, and so firstly about contacting customers and prospects and follow-up. She said we know this anyway, lots of us will contact a prospect and they won't reply, and then we don't do anything about it. We don't contact them at all because we think, oh no, what are they going to think of us, or they're never going to speak to us again, or we create these things in our head that actually probably haven't happened. It's just that they're busy and haven't had time to reply to our message. And she said be pleasantly persistent with your prospecting. What's an article,
yes,
isn't it?
Yeah.
It's absolutely fine to contact. If you've not heard from somebody, then it's absolutely fine to contact them a couple of times. Linda Parker, who's obviously Executive National Vice President, who's got 7 directs to her, MVPs, said, there was one of her MVPs that joined her company that she contacted 9 times. Every single month, 9 times. She didn't reply, or she said she wasn't interested. So being pleasantly persistent, not to the point where like people are going to cross the street and not want to talk to you, but actually just asking them that simple question. If they're not interested at the moment, well, that's absolutely fine, but would you mind if I contact you in a short period of time just to see how you're getting on?
Yeah.
And that's the way to do it. If you haven't heard from them, don't give up, because they just don't realise how important R1 is or could be in their life yet. It's not important to them, and it is important to you. So don't give up on these guys. Just make sure that you're reconnecting with them and contacting them again. If it's a flat out no and they don't want to talk to you, absolutely fine. At least you know where you stand. But don't be afraid to contact them. Most people are going to be needing at least 5 exposures to this business before they make a decision about it. And that could be in the form of a Discover Arbon, or just an email information, or a Zoom that you do, or a one-on-one, or some video content. Whatever it is, it's having small exposures that you're going to keep giving to this person before they sign up as a consultant. So make sure that you're aware that you might not have given that prospect 5 exposures, and they might just not have enough information to be able to make an actual decision.
Yeah.
Okay? So just give them the information that they need. What she used to do, Sarah said, if it was a no, I'd be like, shut my computer and I'll be out there as quick as I can. Okay, yeah, that's fine, I'm off then. Whereas actually what she should do, what we all should do in that situation, is say, right, well, let's handle those objections. Let's work out what it is that's holding you back from starting this business. Listen to them in the follow-up. Listen to everything that they're saying and work out how Arbon is going to be a fit for them. I genuinely believe that Arbon is a fit for everyone in some form or another, whether that's as a customer, or as being a consumer consultant, or just the odd product, whatever it is. That I think there's something for everybody. So it's really just spending time with them, listening to them, and identifying what Arbon is or could be for them. And remember, a no is not always a no. It is purely that they just don't know enough to make that decision.
Yeah. Okay. Over to me?
Yeah.
What are we going to talk about now? I think I'm coming.
Yeah, what, 5 minutes?
5 minutes. I think the key thing really is to, we wanted the theme of this session, this Zoom, really to be about why you should be here, why you need to be here next year. So what I really want to try and get across to some of you is, as I said, this is my first GTC. I have no doubt whatsoever that I will be at least at the White Party as an area manager next year, if not as an RVP, because I've realised that there's no point in carrying on messing around with this. I'm either going to do the business or I'm not. And I now know that the only thing I need to do is follow the process, believe in it, and just get on with it every day. And if I do that, and I keep doing it, and I'm consistent, I will be there. There is no magic bullet. It's just basically getting there. And the joy and the love and the enjoyment of being part of this community has really inspired me to want to be a leader in this community, not just a participant. Hearing those people talk on the stage, realizing that, and they all talked about they were all once a team of one. Everybody starts as a team of one. Many of us never get any further than a team of one, but once you do get that momentum going, you realize that part of the why you want to be here is to help other people to grow their businesses and to get the lifestyle that they want. And that was what I got from every person on the stage, and every person that I met here, was that we all want to help each other to live the lives that we want to live. And we want more and more people to be part of that loving community. So it's been so inspirational for me, and I couldn't encourage you enough to start saving now, literally. Put 20 quid away a week and just say, that is my, I haven't worked out whether that's enough, but whatever it is, that's my AAC pot. That's what I'm going to use. GTC pot, sorry. That's what I'm going to use, because I'm going to be there. As soon as it comes out, book it. Make it happen, because you will not regret it, I promise you. You want to be here. If you're not here, you're missing so much of the inspiration that you need to run your business. So if you want to be successful, I think you've got to be here.
It is a must. It is a must. And I know it's a big commitment financially, but what I think is really amazing is Arbonne do incredible incentives to help you cover the costs of your business. So I won my ticket price back for just building my central business. I didn't quite get to the next level, but you actually can win £600, $600 to pay towards your flight. While you're here, you actually automatically put into a bonus where you can double your bonus for the next 2 months. So Arbonne do all that they can so you can recoup the costs of this. But actually what you gain from it is so much. It's invaluable information.
I have absolutely no doubt that I will do at least 5 times the business in the next 5 months that I've done in the last year. Yeah. So I know that it'll recoup the money. The money is irrelevant, really. And we haven't even mentioned, we've tried not to mention about the fun we're having. So, you know, the parties, the fun, everybody, you know, everybody is included. You know, we've had one lady who's been on her own, one young girl, she's on her own, she's just been pulled in, embraced in, you know, oh, where is she? We need to make sure that she's here. Everybody's out for dinner together. It's just been wonderful. I've made so many lovely new friends that I know, you know, I could count on now for anything, really. So make sure you're here.
So top tip, just before we sign off, I'm sorry if the signal's been a little bit dodgy. We're outside.
We're about to go to the pool.
Yeah, relax. We've completely got a time on. Thank you so much for coming on and listening to us. We hope that you've got a few gems of information. As I say, we're going to have loads and loads. It's impossible to cover all the content. But we're going to have loads and loads of content that's going to go up on our pages over the next few days as we get back. But yeah, please make sure that you're all here. You genuinely will absolutely love it. All right, lots of love.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.